Okay, picture this. Los Angeles, maybe 3:47 a.m., super early. And this shadowy figure kind of shuffles into a 24-hour diner.
Right.
Beard's a bit unkempt. Shoes look like they've seen better days, maybe held together with sheer willpower.
Maybe some duct tape.
Exactly. He orders a black coffee, tips the waitress $100.
$100.
And then just vanishes.
Right.
Back into the night. And the staff, they barely look up, don't recognize him.
But they should.
They absolutely should, because this guy, blending right in, he's worth over $400 million.
Yeah.
We're talking about Keanu Reeves, folks. Hollywood's, ultimate stealth wealth ninja.
He really is.
I mean, this is a man who could buy an island, right?
Yeah.
But you find him riding the subway, could wear designer stuff every day, but often looks like he's about to, I don't know, fix your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, just a regular dude, look.
And remember when he donated, $80 million to cancer research? Huge deal. Then gets snapped eating a hot dog.
Yeah.
On a park bench, looking totally fine with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
genuinely content. And it's more than just, a cool celebrity story. This is really a deep dive into what some people are calling, the greatest financial magic trick of the 21st century.
A magic trick. How so?
It's about really getting into the psychology of, looking poor. How the super wealthy, some of them anyway, master this art of disguise. Not, to trick people in a bad way, but for freedom.
Okay, freedom.
Yeah.
I like that. So to really get this, we're going to pull back the curtain on Keanu's, his extreme normalcy.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
We'll start with his fashion philosophy, the logic behind it, because there seems to be one. Then we'll dig into what we're calling the dark art of anti-flexing, how he actively avoids showing off his wealth.
The reverse flex.
Yeah. And then the mindset behind it all, this sort of unwealthy psychology.
Non-attachment.
Right. And finally, we'll look at maybe some ways you, listening right now, could maybe apply a bit of this Keanu method to your own life.
Yeah, because ultimately this deep dive, it's about understanding not just what this is, but maybe why it matters.
Yeah.
The deeper stuff about values, freedom, how we all see wealth today.
Okay, let's start with Exhibit A then, Keanu's fashion philosophy. When you actually look at his clothes, it's almost anti-style, deliberately so.
It really seems that way.
Our sources kind of break it down to three main things. First, I found this in a dumpster t-shirt. Always a bit wrinkled. Maybe it looks like he slept in it.
Yeah, fairly lived in.
Then there are the jeans, dad on a fishing trip jeans. No labels you can see. Probably bought in bulk in 1997.
Totally anonymous jeans.
And finally, the boots. Sort of doomsday prepper boots. Super functional, tough, 0 style points awarded.
Right. And what's really striking is the contrast, isn't it? You see other huge stars, like The Rock showing off, $500,000 watches?
Or Kim Kardashian wearing outfits that cost more than my car.
Exactly. And then there's Keanu, looking like he's actively trying not to get recognized, or maybe even trying not to get cast in his next movie, based on the look sometimes.
Yeah.
It creates this amazing kind of tactical invisibility.
Tactical invisibility, I like that. And it's not just that he avoids the flash. It feels like he's actively doing the opposite of what you'd expect. Is that the reverse flexing you mentioned?
Pretty much, yeah. Think about travel. Most stars. Private jets, blacked out SUVs, chauffeurs, the whole deal.
Right. Security teams.
Keanu famously rides the New York City subway. And there's that video, right? Giving up his seat for someone with groceries?
Yeah, I remember that. It almost makes you feel bad complaining about your commute, doesn't it?
Totally.
Yeah.
It's an everyday thing most stars would just never, ever do.
They actively avoid it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this reverse flexing, it goes deeper. Personal moments. Celebrity birthdays can be insane, right?
Yeah.
Beyonce renting islands, massive parties.
Oh, yeah.
Keanu, he got photographed eating a cupcake from the store, alone, on a curb, for his birthday.
Just a regular cupcake. Wild.
And it's not just appearances or parties. Think about homes. So many celebs have these huge, flashy mansions. Keanu's place in LA. Pretty modest, notoriously understated.
I've heard that.
There are even these reports, kind of unconfirmed, but they fit the pattern, that he's let homeless families stay there sometimes, quietly.
Wow.
It's just another example of this anti-flexing. Even with property, it's not just being humble, it really is tactical invisibility. By looking like an average dude, he dodges paparazzi, avoids scams.
Oh, yeah. Rich people are
Big targets.
Oh.
And he keeps away the sycophants, the hangers-on. It's such a contrast to the fake rich, maybe. People spending crazy money on bottle service just to look important.
Yeah, trying way too hard. Which
Yeah.
brings up the question, What's driving this? Psychologically, what allows someone to be so detached from all that?
Well, a lot of psychologists and behavioral economists talk about something called non-attachment wealth.
Non-attachment wealth, okay.
It sounds a bit Buddhist, maybe, but it lines up with a lot of research. Basically, the idea that intrinsic motivations like finding purpose, connection, learning new things, they actually lead to more long-term happiness than chasing extrinsic stuff like money or possessions.
So it's not just a personal quirk, there's science behind it.
There is, increasingly. Researchers talk about positional versus non-positional goods. Positional goods get value from status, fancy cars, designer clothes,
Right, showing off.
Keanu seems to just bypass that whole system. He focuses on the non-positional stuff. Inner peace, freedom, making an impact, which, maybe counterintuitively, often leads to feeling happier, better well-being.
So he's living by different rules.
Seems like it. Unwritten rules, maybe. Rule number 1 seems to be, money is for freedom, not for flaunting. Like when he took that huge pay cut, like 90%.
Oh, the devil's advocate.
Just so they could afford to get Al Pacino in the movie.
That says a lot, doesn't it? Money as a tool, not a scorecard. Using it to make something cool happen.
Exactly. Rule number 2, you kind of touched on it. The best luxury is anonymity.
No bodyguards, no entourage, just him, maybe his motorcycle. That's so counterculture in Hollywood.
It really is. And rule number 3, generosity beats Gucci. Remember the Matrix bonuses?
Oh, yeah. Giving the crew members like $1 million each. Anonymously.
Anonymously. Never talked about it. Meanwhile, you see influencers leasing Range Rovers to impress people they don't even know.
Right.
This non-attachment, it's deeper than just not showing off. It's about not letting possessions define you, focusing on what feels good inside, not what looks good outside. Now, you could argue, maybe, is there a missed opportunity? Like, if he was more public about his giving, could he inspire even more people to be generous? It's an interesting thought.
That's a fair point, maybe for others, but for you listening, the real question is, can we take these ideas into our own lives, even without the Hollywood millions?
And I think the answer is yes.
We absolutely think so. It's about adopting what we're calling the Reeves ratio. Maybe like 95% of your actual net worth is invisible, but 100% of your joy comes from just not caring about showing it off.
Right. It's a mindset shift, not a literal formula, obviously.
Yeah, not financial advice. But it's about prioritizing those invisible kinds of wealth, that satisfaction you get from, non-attachment.
It makes you think critically about your own stuff, your own resources. Where does the real value lie for you?
Okay, so how do you do it? First, the homeless billionaire dress code. The formula seems simple. Thrift store stuff, maybe some hand-me-downs, plus one thing that's surprisingly expensive.
Like Keanu's Rolex.
Yeah.
The one that's reportedly worth like 75 grand.
Exactly. But he keeps it hidden, like under his sweater cuff, like a secret agent gadget.
Huh. Yeah, it's about blending in. Being tactically invisible in your day-to-day, it probably reduces a lot of stress, lets you have more normal interactions.
Definitely. Okay, next tactic, the ghost philanthropy strategy.
Ooh, I like that name.
Donate anonymously, help out strangers. But here's the kicker. Never post about it.
Resist the urge.
Totally. The universe, or maybe just your own peace of mind, that's the reward, not the likes.
Yeah, it pushes back against that whole performative generosity thing we see online. The real reward is intrinsic. It's the act itself.
Right. And finally, the park bench CEO lifestyle.
Okay.
Think about it. Really wealthy people might stress about, their private jet schedule.
Okay, yeah. First world problems.
Keanu's stress might be more like, will this pigeon share my sandwich?
Maybe.
It's about choosing simple joys, a less stressed life, over the anxieties that often come with having and showing lots of wealth. It really shifts your focus, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It highlights a huge shift in values. Comfort isn't in luxury, it's in simplicity, maybe connection. It really makes you question what you're actually chasing when you aim for financial success.
So, wrapping up this deep dive, Keanu Reeves, he isn't just wealthy, he's maybe wealthily challenged in a good way. He's the guy who could buy the yacht, but seems happier sitting on a public pier, maybe feeding seagulls.
Yeah.
In a world that's so obsessed with looking rich, he seems to have actually mastered being rich. Privately, purposefully, kindly. Like he genuinely doesn't care about outside approval.
He embodies this quiet, purposeful wealth.
Yeah, practicing true wealth quietly. So as you think about all this, here's something to mull over.
Okay, hear it.
No, you go. What's the final thought?
Okay. The provocative thought for you, the listener. What does true wealth actually mean to you? Really think about it. Is it the stuff you show off? Or is it maybe what you keep hidden for your own peace, your own purpose?
Mm-hmm.
How might trying a more low-key approach maybe with your own resources or successes, how might that actually change your daily life? Could it make it richer in ways you haven't even considered?
Maybe that $400 million time traveler on the park bench. Maybe he's just waiting for the rest of us to catch up to his version of success.